Hi, this is Blaine Evans with Sunglo Feeds, and we're shooting another episode of How They Feed. To my right is Blake Logan from Indiana. Blake and his family have been longtime Sunglo supporters and customers and have had a great deal of success not only around Indiana but nationally on a national level feeding Sunglo products. And I wanted to grab Blake and just talk about a couple things that they do, because they utilize our pelleted line more so than the G line that we offer. And so I wanted to sit down with Blake and just kind of talk through how they use the pelleted line, grower, finisher, 800, 811, whatever it might be in pelleted form, and different indicators that they use on when to switch and things like that. So Blake, thanks for being on with us. We certainly enjoy it. If you would, when you bring pigs home, when you're out buying pigs and you bring them home, what's kind of step one for you within the Sunglo lineup?
We'll generally start on an 18% feed just to kind of cruise them and get them started and rolling. And then when we see some structural changes or differences, ones that grow too fast or aren't going fast enough, we'll either slow down with a 16 finisher or push with more of an 800 feeds, whether it's 803 or 811 if they need more extra shape up high or something to get them rolling.
Okay, very good. So when you bring them in, you go to an 18%, which is called grower, pelleted grower within the lineup. And in terms of intake and consumption at that standpoint, where are you at with that? Because there's always a debate about consumption of pellets versus ground feed. So what's consumption like? What are you feeding every day to say 80, 90, 100 pound ones that you've just got on the team and just started rolling with?
Well, we'll try to work them up to 2.5 pounds of feed, but I mean, obviously when they come in, start at a pound, pound and a half, just to keep things rolling. But we don't see much change whether it's ground or pellet in terms of growth at our place. As long as we're doing 2 a week, it really isn't a big concern whether we're on ground or pellets for us.
Sure. What's kind of your defining weight? I guess a lot of people have a weight when they try to switch or change. I mean, are you a wait till they get to 150 pounds and then figure out what we need to do, or do you adjust quicker than that to try to either stop structural issues or try to add more flesh early? How are you that way?
Well, I think it's very situational. I mean, pig to pig, but we don't really have a problem changing one down to a finisher or a starter depending on what they look like. If we're getting way too hard early, we'll drop down to a finisher or even a coast, or if they don't have enough shape, obviously we'll go up and increase feed and just keep things rolling.
So one of the interesting things in the feed business is trendy and catchy names, right? And so our pelleted lineup maybe doesn't have the trendiest name or catchphrases. So our 18% pellet is called grower, and our 16% protein is called finisher. But with that, there's times that you don't necessarily have to use 16 to finish or have to use 18 when they grow in development and during their development. So what are some indicators of when you want to be on 16 and when you want to be on 18? Just for an example, on a pig that maybe you're at 180 pounds or so and maybe they're starting to get a little tight behind, will you go ahead and go to the 16% finisher to try to bring them back that way? Is that kind of what you'll utilize?
Yeah, we'll drop up and down depending on situations, but yeah, in that situation we definitely drop down to at least a 16, maybe even go to more of a coast just to try to collect them and then roll on them again if we can.
Exactly. So I guess the big thing is that just because they're called grower and they're called finisher, they're both very, very interchangeable based on the situation that you need. And I think that once you realize that and get past the name, that they're two you can blend back and forth or go back and forth with to accomplish what you need to accomplish that way.
Yep, absolutely. I don't think it matters what the name is as long as you know how to feed it.
Good, very good. What so supplement-wise within our lineup, because a lot of people, again, when we talk about pellets versus ground, sometimes they think that supplements maybe don't blend into pellets as well. Is that something that you see at your place, or do you see that pellets kind of blend right, or that additives and supplements kind of blend right into your ground feed that you're offering?
Honestly, we don't see much change. We'll feed of both. You know, the pellets, most of it's powder, even if it's explode. It blends right in. We don't normally have a problem. They consume it fine as long as we're eating feed.
When you get say 40 days out from the Indiana State Fair, the World Pork Expo, or one of them that you're really gearing up for, what's kind of your regiment then? Like, are you on 811? When do you start game on at your house? How do you utilize explode at your house? What's kind of your last 45-day window look like on say a market hog, like a crossbred barrow that you're getting ready for the Indiana State Fair?
Yeah, they'll go on game on pretty hard, and 8-11 just to bulk up through the center part of their body and right behind their blade and smooth up, just expand and bulk.
Yep. When you get them built right, then it's very, very easy to use explode game on and 8-11 at the end, definitely, to kind of get it worked in the right direction that you need to. So like I said, we just want to take time because I know that you're a fan of our pelleted lineup, which a lot of people utilize the G-Line series more so than the pellets. So just want to get your take, get your opinion on how you do some things. We know you've obviously been very, very successful with the program, and appreciate the business that you've done with us and the effort that you've put into the project. So
thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep.